Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Security First Bank Cavalier Sports Network third installment of our day one training camp. My name is Mike Fell, and we're going to be introducing you to many of the key members of the 2025 St. Thomas More Cavaliers. They have been working hard on drills throughout the morning and afternoon hours, and it's time to talk some football. And for many of you, you're just getting home right now. You've worked hard all day, but you probably didn't work hard like these guys did in 100-degree heat like we had today in Rapid City. St. Thomas More football is in a very special place. They ended a 10-year drought and reached the state semifinal round a year ago, advancing to Winter, South Dakota, where their season came to an end on the first Friday in November. And the Cavaliers want more. They're going for a state championship. They're going for it all. They're going for a trip to the Dakota Dome, and they believe, and I believe, they've got what it takes to get there. We're going to dig into the offensive side of the ball, and we're going to talk to Carter Stamper, the kicker, and we'll take a look at special teams as well as part of our third program. Later tonight, we'll sit down with Austin Hagen, Coach Austin Hagen, Coach Craig Nowotny, and some members of the coaching staff, and we're going to look ahead to this season and really get into some great depth and detail. This third edition of the Training Camp Preview is proudly presented by our friends at Security First Bank. They remind you, just like the Cavs, they believe in teamwork too. Security First Bank is proud to support our schools, athletes, and communities on and off the field. Security First Bank, your community partner, member FDIC. And now let's go ahead and bring in, for a second time today, our good friend Stone Durham. And we're going to talk some offensive line and, just about as basic as 1 + 1 = 2 is the football axiom that it all starts up front with the O-line, right?
Right. The game doesn't go anywhere if you don't have your line pushing in it for you.
So I had a chance to take a glimpse of the afternoon scrimmaging. We don't have the pads on yet, but it was fun just to watch guys running plays and executing assignments. And the offensive line that you're bringing back this year, I mean, it's one of the best in the state. It's a great line.
Yeah, they definitely put the work in over the summer, coming to our open seasons, and also going to college camps, just working on their skills. So it's just awesome seeing that dedication that they brought in, and then they're going to bring into this season.
So that dedication goes a long ways. Talk about how an offensive line works as a unit to those fans that maybe are a little bit more what we call casual fans.
When the line gets up there, they have to make the right kind of calls and figure out who they're blocking, because if one there messes up and doesn't get the right guy, the play usually blows up. So they have to be as a unit, and then just focusing and then working together on how to make this play achievable.
So let's look back at let's talk about what's new this year versus last year. I had a good conversation 2 weeks ago with head coach Austin Hagen, and there was a shift, I think, in some of the philosophy in terms of blocking. I don't know if we call it zone blocking but blocking certain areas on some plays versus just the traditional, gap assignment blocking. That was more or less instituted a year ago between the tackles, correct? It was more of the inside blocking scheme.
Yes, we really put a more focus on our zone blocking, just so it gives more freedom for our running back and quarterbacks to add more options to the play.
So now we're going into 2025. We have an experienced team, a team that went on the road as road warriors and took down some East River opponents last fall. And we know that with experience and senior leadership is a chance to institute even more information, more data, more content to take an offense even further. We've got some dynamic playmakers without question on this offense, and to get the ball to those playmakers in space is one thing, but to now institute and expand your zone blocking instructions and concepts to outside the hashes towards the sideline, that seems seemingly, especially with the RPO dimensions to our offense, makes it even more challenging for defenses to match up with us out on the perimeter.
Yes, if we just keep adding more options onto our plays, that makes it harder for the defense to call the right kind of reads on us, and we can catch them slipping and score from that.
And with regards to some of those plays, have you had a chance to kind of work with some of the coaching staff, kind of worked with the players on what plays they kind of want to run, or is it a little bit more of let's try this, let's try this? I mean, can you walk us through what that looks like?
Definitely last year it was more, let's try this out, see if this works. And now the focus on this year is, hey, we found these sets of plays that we like, and we're running them over and over and over until it's super crisp.
That's awesome. And, I once spent some time around an 8-man program in Nebraska, and the phrase was same 8 plays. They had an 8-play playbook. That's all they did. They ran 8 plays. And it was 8-man football, 8 plays, 8 is enough, I guess. But it was funny. They were masters at running those 8 plays. And that's just the principle of that. I just bring that up because it sticks with you. It's not how many plays you run.
Right.
You don't need to have a playbook that looks like a phone book. It just doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah.
So, well, Coach, let's go ahead and just give everyone kind of a personnel overview of the offensive line coming into camp today. I put you on the spot. You don't have to say who's starting where, but just kind of give some names for everybody.
Well, we got a good senior group coming back with Cole Nelson, Pearson, Marty, and then we got Rush coming back, Jackson coming back, and then we had some new guys come in, like Bodie Jankard, and it just adds on more of the size to the line, so that's what I like to see. And we have some young guys that are putting the extra work in.
Great. And these young guys, they want to be a part of this. And, there's going to be some games where St. Thomas More absolutely face crushes the opponents and is up 50-0. And that's a chance for the young guys to get in. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be an opportunity for almost everybody to get in. So it's exciting to have an opponent like Sioux Valley right out of the chute, a team that was victorious against the Cavaliers a year ago and reached the Dome last year. As you're preparing in these first 2 weeks for the start of the season, is it part of the game plan to at least account for a little bit of what Sioux Valley's going to do?
Yes, like you gotta know your opponent just so you can know how to beat them, and I think we're doing a good job of seeing what their defenses do, or us playing their defense and seeing what we can do to make sure we get the nice clean blocks so our running backs can run right through them.
Coach, always great to talk with you. Thanks for being on. You bet. That's Stone Durham, and now we're going to go ahead and bring in some of the players. Let's go ahead and start with offensive line. Let's go with O-line. Always they say it all starts with the O-line. Let's get the O-line up here. Yeah, well, Noah, we'll let you go last. So let's get the O-line in. Everybody want to come on up, the O-line? And we're going to have fun here. So what we'll do is I'll just introduce each of you. I'll probably ask you two questions. If I feel like asking a third one, roll with that. And we're not on any kind of a timer. So go ahead and introduce yourself. We'll get started.
Hello, my name is Rush Turner. I'm going into my junior year. I play tackle.
Cole Nielsen. I'm going to be a senior, and I'm center.
I'm Pearson Morganfield. I'm going to be a senior. I play left side of the line.
My name is Martin Reeve. I play right guard, and I'm going to be a senior like all the other kids.
All right. Well, guys, it's great having you here. So, it was, I think, the third game of the season last year. Coach Austin Hagen said in so many words, we're going to be running the football. I think it was like, we're running the ball. We're going to start establishing the line of scrimmage after kind of a tough start to last year. And it was remarkable from the start of September to the end of September. I mean, it looked like the O-line had completely transformed. And then when we got to the playoffs, you guys were a real force, I thought. Talk about what you guys worked on or what you thought stood out in the progression of the St. Thomas More offensive line unit in 2024.
So last season, I know going into the season, we were kind of focusing on like just getting around people, getting them to where we needed them to be, instead of just running through them and actually dominating the people in front of us. So I know that was big for me.
I thought as the year progressed, we minimized the mistakes and put effort into the details and perfected them. So when it came to those big games like against Mount Vernon, we executed well.
Going back on what Rush said, being where we were supposed to be towards the end of the year, running those plays crisp and run the same plays over and over again.
I think we just progressed in knowing our assignments and knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it was the big thing.
All right, we're talking with our offensive linemen, and let's go a little bit deeper. So when you're blocking up front, I mean, there's a lot of elements that most fans don't necessarily understand because let's face it, most fans, they're following where the ball goes on every play. And a lot of times they don't know the offensive line might be having a difficulty unless that play gets blown up in the backfield or something like that. But when it comes right down to it, there's the element of timing. A lot of the greatest high school football teams that I've seen in the 30 years I've covered high school football have been teams that get off the line fast. Have you guys worked on getting off with the pre-snap, especially on the running plays, at a more accelerated pace than maybe this time a year ago?
Around this time a year ago, I was really working in a 2-point stance. No, people probably don't know what that is, but it's only no hands on the ground. And towards the end of the season, I really went to unorthodox, kind of looked like a sprinter stance, or like a D-line stance instead of a normal 3-point straight down. That really helped me, especially against like Groton. It's the best game I believe that I had, and just working that hard.
Yeah, I would say our everyday focus was getting those steps down, and honestly, it comes down if you want it. So you got to be really aggressive going out, and I feel like we really showed that against Groton.
Yeah, I definitely think we were more explosive off the ball this year than we were this time last year, and I'm happy to see it.
I think it kind of all came down to is we've just done a lot of speed drills every day at practice, and it's been a lot of work, and it's shown in every game we've played, even when the ones that we lost.
All right. Thanks, guys. These are really thoughtful answers. So one of the things about the offensive line position also is things like pad level, getting low. Everybody's seen the world champion Philadelphia Eagles pick up 2 yards when they have to with their tush push play. I don't think you guys probably want to work on that. It just looks like an invitation to get injured. But you know, there's something about just getting low, especially on short yardage. And is that something you guys are always trying to work on? Because, you know, football is a game of inches.
Yeah, so every day, if you are like around our practice, you're going to hear our coaches, no matter how low we are, they're going to say get lower, because there's never really too low. There's never a point where you're not going to be, like, I don't know. But I know, I think it was Tyler Booker from the Cowboys. He said that I'm playing a whole lot of algebra in a fist fight, and I thought that was pretty good. Because just thinking, like, we have to know and also have our angles right. So.
Oh yeah, back to what Rush said. Every day our coaches push us to get lower, and I think being comfortable in uncomfortable positions makes us a lot better and more comfortable when the time we need it.
Yeah, we always are pushing to get lower. There's never a lower man always wins.
It's been a lot of bag drills from what we've done, and it's always been told get down no matter what we do. So it's been a lot of that.
Right. Thank you. You guys probably remember Marcus Stauffer. His father Kelly was in the NFL, was around the program quite a bit, just about a year or two ago. And when Marcus signed with Black Hills State, I remember what he said to me was, he goes, "I'm kind of jealous of my son today signing with Black Hills State to be an offensive lineman." And he said, because no matter what I did as a Seattle Seahawks or pro football quarterback, I could never be in that club with the offensive line. They love me, but I could never be in the club. I mean, what's it like to just be kind of like a team within a team, looking out for each other and getting on the same page and with pride, you know, doing what you guys need to do to get points on the board?
You know, being a part of the O-line, it's not just one of us. It's not just the first five. You need at least 6 or 7 guys to, like, actually do their job. You need, like, just everybody needs to do and know what they're doing. And I all know also this group of guys that we're with, we're as close as you can get. Like, no matter what it is, we're always around each other. Just about every day I'm with someone from our team. So, yeah.
I think it's a community that you can never find anywhere else. Even in college, I think high school is the best place to find it, and then you'll always remember it. So it's a great part to be it's a great community to be a part of, and you're not acknowledged a lot, but it's fun when you are.
Yeah, there's many ways to describe it, but I describe it as a brotherhood. Yeah, we're always together, always eating, doing stuff like that.
What's it like to be a mom of an offensive lineman?
It's expensive, I'll say that.
I've always heard it as the O-line being almost a core crew of everything. It's like your O-line's not there, you can't do anything, and it's shown in all levels of football from Pee-wee all the way all through
Yeah.
So that's always what I've thought.
All right. One of the things I love about the game of football is it's a game where you're challenged. And being around South Dakota high school football now for 6 years, I get a little on edge when I sometimes hear folks say, well, you know, when a West River team goes up against the East River team, you know, it's almost like we're underestimated. And when we get to November and you guys are fighting to get in the dome or take care of some business in the dome, it's a good chance the opponent may be from East River, and they might, if they got on a scale, they might tip it a little bit more. But you know what? That's not football. Football's about what you guys do. But you guys have really worked hard in the weight room, and when that moment might come in the month of November, or even late October, to go up against some East River teams, which, by the way, you guys went 2-0 in the playoffs against East River teams last year. I think you guys are going to be ready. Talk about that.
You know, ever since I was younger around this program, it's always been like, oh, we play East River. This is going to be really hard. We can't take this lightly at all. Like, you can't take any game lightly, but you really got to focus in. You really got to know what you're doing, because it's rare time that we're stronger than them, heavier than them. Quite often have more players. Like, I know Winter, pretty sure they had like 12. Does that sound right? 12 O-linemen seniors. Just kept rotating. So we didn't know who we were going to get. So.
Yeah, definitely. So back when I was little as well, that was always the big thing with East River being always better. And I think we defied those odds last year, and we're ready to carry those on to this year as well.
Agreed.
Yeah, like they said, even younger, it was always we were always looked down upon against East River. They always say they're bigger, stronger, but it's just they have more players, and we usually deal with that.
I think the thing with East River versus West River is also East River was always called smash mouth football versus we've done a lot of passing games. Yeah, you're not bigger, you're not going to be stronger, but we have probably the more versatile offenses versus they're just pound it.
Right. Very good. You guys are an awesome group of football players, a great group of young men, and thank you so much for making time to be a part of our training camp preview. And can't wait to see you guys line up against Sioux Valley, an East River opponent, in 15 days from now. Go get them, guys. Thanks so much. You bet. Now we're going to bring in Carter Stamper. We're going to talk kicking game, and looking forward to talking with Carter. I think when I saw Carter last, he was scoring a goal from, like, I don't know, 25 feet away or something like that at the McDonald's Sports Complex. I'll let you just hold on to this microphone the whole time. And Carter, so you've gone out for football. You're not the first Cavalier to make that transition from soccer team to being a kicker. But, you know, if you miss a kick, you miss a shot on goal in soccer, it's like, oh, well, it's a goal kick. But if you miss a kick in football, people don't just say, oh, well, it's a goal kick.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a challenge on a battle of accuracy. But, you know, that's why we're out here. We're working many hours perfecting that, and for me, I'm starting new, and so I'm starting with good habits and focusing on that form to try to hit every field goal with as much accuracy as I can.
So right now, where would you describe your wheelhouse range, if you will, where you're going to make a majority of the kicks most of the time right now? How many yards out would you describe?
I'm not sure. Probably mainly for extra points.
Okay.
But if I had to say, probably around the 25 to 30 yard line.
Okay.
Somewhere around that ballpark.
That's great. So that's 35 to 40 yards out.
Yeah.
That's outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
So the goal this season is to get to the Dome. I have to ask this question. Have you ever kicked at a Dome stadium before? What would that be like?
I have not. I have actually only kicked on three football fields in my life. So it's definitely going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I think we're working for that and we're getting ready for it.
Well, the good thing is you don't have to worry about frozen grass when you're on a dome. It's just like a carpet, I think.
Yeah.
At least that's what I've seen.
It'll be nice.
So, you know, we have the opportunity we really feel like we're a Cavalier family. Your mother, she does a lot to help us out with our Security First Bank Cavalier Sports Network. You know, she's the cheer coach, and she just does so much for STM. Anything you want to say out there about what your mom does?
Well, she works really hard with the cheer team, and she's working really hard with the new people and being really flexible with them. So it's going to be a great season for both competition cheer and sideline cheer.
So I got to ask this question. Do you have that dream that they're going to fake the kick and you get to run like 30 yards for a touchdown? Are you like dreaming about the fake at some point this season?
Possibly, you know. We'll play it by ear though, but you know, if it comes down to it, we'll have to see.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if it comes down to it and you pull it off, I'm going to be going wild on the broadcast.
I bet you will, yeah. It'll be something.
All right. How fast are you, would you say? 1 to 10.
Well, I'm more of a distance runner, but
okay.
I guess I've never been timed.
All right.
For a run, but
all right. You're going to just be that mysterious person, if you ever just have the number called.
Yeah.
So, well, Carter, great to talk with you. And so glad you're on the football team this year, and special teams really is an equal component to offense and defense when it comes to the outcomes of games. I think a lot of games can be lost, not won with special teams, but some games are won. And have you had some experience with working with some of the STM kickers that have been really good in recently?
I haven't worked with kickers per se, but I have worked with Mr. Green or Brett Green, and he's taught me a lot about what he's taught Jack Green, who
he's one of the best kickers we ever had.
Yeah. So he's been teaching me, and so I guess that's kind of where I've been learning all of my technique.
Well, Carter, thanks for joining us, and all the best. And just excited to have you in the role, and we'll be cheering on every extra point and field goal try this year. Thank you. That's Carter Stamper. And now let's go ahead and we're going to get the backfield up. Let's go ahead. Actually, let's go with the receiving core first. Let's go with the receivers, and then we'll hit the back core. That includes you, Max, because you're tight end. So that's receiving core. So if it was fantasy football, it'd be a different position on my lineup, but it's not fantasy football, so we'll get Max up here too. And we'll have you guys all just go down the line, introduce yourself, and then we'll get started.
Broden Sales, senior linebacker, or wide receiver. You're a linebacker too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Egbauer, senior wide receiver, DB.
Jacob Moeller, wide receiver and D line.
Max Speed, senior tight end.
All right. Very good. Thanks, guys, for making time to be a part of our offensive preview show. Let's kind of jump in here. So when it comes to St. Thomas More football, I've seen it many times. When we go 3 wide or 4 wide, you just get that kind of that lump in your throat because anything can happen, and it's usually good. And then when you guys go 5 wide, it's like, look out. I mean, there's something about when you guys go spread out the opponent and you guys are ready to operate. I mean, I'm amazed that you don't have false starts or like just launch. I did see you have a false start during practice today. I saw you do one, but nobody blew the whistle today. So, but anyway, there's just something about the pass attack. When you guys just get it rolling, let's just kind of go down the line and talk about what you love about going out for passes and catching passes from Noah Wald, who we're going to talk to in a little bit here.
Well, yeah. I mean, Noah's a great quarterback, sees it all. And with every formation, we got empty, doubles, trips. We got it all. We got about 6-7 plays that are all pretty good for all those formations. So, I mean, a lot of options there.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, Noah sees the field really well. I mean, he's got stronger. He can throw it about 60, 70 yards now. So, hopefully we can see that
Wow.
in game soon.
Okay. Man, is that with the wind at his back? Or did he just – okay.
I mean,
All right.
Noah Wald's a really good quarterback, and hopefully he'll be throwing for 6 or 7 touchdowns a game. So.
Yeah. That's what we want.
Yeah, in those formations, I mean, yeah, there's no limit to it. We could score, 6, 7 touchdowns a game. It doesn't even matter. I mean, it's every day. We have really good formations. He's a really good quarterback, so it's good.
All right. When it comes to receiving, it's not for the faint of heart. You're going to have some routes where you're running crossing patterns, and there's guys just kind of looking out for you guys. What does Noah do to not only deliver the football, but to get the ball in a position where you can get both yards after catch, and at the same time make sure that you're not taking necessarily the full hits when the ball's coming in?
Yeah, right. So when we run slants or crossing routes like that, he'll either throw them early or he'll wait that extra 6th or 7th of a second and wait till we clear the linebackers. So, I mean, he does a great job with keeping us safe and getting us those extra yards after catch. So.
Yeah, Noah, I mean, he sees the field really well, so he distributes his balls pretty good throughout the team. And, I mean, when you have someone that can do that, you can't really do much more.
Yeah, he can just get the ball out fast when he needs to, and then when he needs to keep the ball, he just keeps the ball, and then he can throw those balls pretty well. So.
Yeah, I mean, we got about 41 sets that have those crossing routes. So, yeah, I mean, he's able to see all of them really well. So that's what makes it really easy.
All right. So 50-50 balls. That's part of being a receiver. And in high school, a lot of times you don't see a lot of those. But do you guys kind of work on drills? Do you guys really like doing the 50-50 balls? And I've loved recently one of my favorite all-time players, Antonio Gates, just got in the Hall of Fame, and he was a basketball player and he understood concepts that you can kind of box out or get yourself between the defender and make that catch in traffic. Just talk for a moment about technique that you guys work on to just be effective and to make sure we don't have turnovers.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's really a technique. I'd say it's more mentality. Coach Speed implements that it's our ball every time the ball is thrown in the air to our direction, and Noah's pretty good about putting it to where only we can get it. So, I mean, it's pretty easy for us, and it's all mental, I'd say.
All right, mentality is huge. Go ahead.
Yeah, Broden made a good point. Coach Speed puts us through a bunch of drills, and we can do a lot, but if we don't want it, then there's no point in even trying.
Building off what Ryan said, we gotta want it to be able to go get it. And yeah, Coach Speed puts us through some drills today that we worked on that and helped with that too.
Yeah, they kind of nailed it all on the head. I mean, we do a lot of drills on if it's in the ball. I mean, if it's in the air, it's our ball. Yeah, I mean, we did a drill today where we even had to compete for it, curled around the cones, and whoever got to it first was their ball. So, yeah.
All right. So the bigger the games as we go through the season, we may get into the playoffs and start going towards the dome. I mean, you see it every year that you get into the close games. You get into these tight games where it might be which team has the ball last, and many times comes down to who can convert on 3rd and 5, in the final minute or two. And you guys talk about the mentality of wanting it. And that is kind of where it starts and finishes. But do you guys feel like there's something inside sometimes where you're wanting to just, you have that moment where it's like, hey, I'm getting this ball, I'm moving the chains, I'm going to do whatever I've got to do to pick up or what has to be picked up, either in a first down situation, conversion situation, or to get to come through in the red zone with a touchdown. Do you guys kind of envision maybe what it could look like if we go to overtime in the state semifinals or the dome?
Yeah, I think a good example of that is last drive against Mount Vernon. We needed to score to win, and we had faith and trust in all our guys, all the receivers, our core, and Ryan ended up making the play at the end. And I mean, we're all right there for it. I mean, we all want it.
Yeah. By the way, Ryan, I didn't know it was you who caught it. There was so many people around you.
No, I think a lot like Broden said, there's so many guys that do want it. So that last drive against Mount Vernon, I think Reeve came up with a big catch, and then that last play, I ended up being open, and I was just the guy. There could have been anyone on the field could have caught that ball, but I ended up being that guy.
Yep. So glad you were. That was a moment of the season, and it put us in a whole new place. That was such a big catch.
I feel like it's just all mentality. Like there's some guys that don't want it, and then there's some guys that do, and I feel like 99% of our team wants it. So
yeah,
that's a good thing for us.
That's very good.
Yeah, like Jacob said, I think it's all mentality, and if you want it, you're going to go get it no matter what the circumstance is. Overtime, first quarter, second half, doesn't matter. You're going to go out there and do your thing all game long, no matter what it is.
Last question. There's something about the NFL that we all love. Do you guys have a favorite receiver, somebody you kind of maybe style or model your game after a little bit?
Yeah, I grew up watching Larry Fitzgerald, and I love the way he plays. I mean, he just pays so close attention to small details, and he had one of the fewest amount of drops in his career compared to anybody else, and a wonderful receiver.
I've always liked to watch Devontae Adams. He runs his routes pretty well, so I've kind of just watched some film on him, see how he does his stuff.
He's outstanding. What about?
I watch George Pickens a lot.
Okay.
I'm a Steelers fan, so I watch George Pickens, and I like how he plays and runs the ball. So.
All right.
I have to go with George Kittle. I like George Kittle a lot.
Yes, I see a lot of Kittle in your game, Max.
Yeah, he's really good. I mean, he has a lot of fun when he plays, and he kind of just does his thing, so I really like him.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can see a lot of Kittle. Well, guys, it was so much fun talking to you. Can't wait to watch you guys perform. And, man, I know that Mike Bax said it best earlier today. We're going to the Dome. and you guys are going to be a big part of what gets us there. All the best to you, all of you. Thanks for being a part of our offensive preview show. Thanks, guys. All right, and Noah. Now we're going to bring in our quarterback and as a part of our final segment of our offensive preview show. And we'll go ahead and kind of jump into things. So first of all, it's a family affair. It was, I think, before you were even starting at quarterback, we were ahead of the Sioux Valley game, and Grandpa Wald came up to me and it was talking to me, and I love that there are 3 generations of just die-hard football Walds around our program.
I mean, yeah, our family's always been really big on football. You know, my dad, he was a good quarterback for STM2, and he played in college, and I've just kind of taken over that love for the game, kind of like he had. So, and my grandpa, he grew up watching my dad play, and now he loves watching me. So we're just kind of a football family, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you've got more than one football family. These guys over here, you talk about a family. And, you know, what's it like as a sophomore quarterback looking at these seniors and you see what the price they're willing to pay to get better? I mean, this team in their max lifts already this year is now like, you know, 1,000 pounds ahead of where they were a year ago. And as the person that's taking the snap play after play after play, there comes a lot of opportunity, but also a lot of responsibility with that.
Yeah, no, I mean, everyone kind of like looks at the quarterback on the field, but the quarterback can't do it all alone, you know. With all the guys that we have, our great team, I wouldn't rather be a part of a different team. Everyone does their job good. Everyone has to do their job. Football is a team game, you know. We have all 21 guys on the field. All of them got to be ready. All of them got to be ready, you know. All the 41 guys that we have on the roster everyone's got to be ready to play.
So last year I thought you had a lot of pocket discipline that belied your years as far as being a freshman. You were very good at making decisions that protected the football. I know this year we're going to be doing some more exciting, adventurous things out on the edge with what we talked about with Coach Durham earlier about our zone blocking on the outside and so forth. Do you envision yourself taking the ball upfield and running a little bit more this season?
I mean, I could see it a little bit. I've gotten a little faster and stronger and stuff, but I've got a couple really good running backs, you know, that Graydon Juvie and Josh Elder. I mean, they're both really good. I like to give them the ball.
Yeah.
And it's nice having a lot of good receivers, about 6-7 good receivers that are all good. I mean, yeah, I mean, it helps me a lot, you know. It doesn't take as much. It takes a little bit of stress off of me. So having a lot of those good guys opens up the run game, and having a good pass game open up the good run game too.
Timing's an important part of playing the quarterback position. What do you work on? Is it working with, you know, just practicing with the guys, you know, just, you know, getting some time in, workouts, or is it also a lot of film study? I mean, what are the elements that go into knowing when to let go of that football?
Yeah, it's just a lot of film in the off season and before and after practice, getting your receivers together, even if it's for only 5 minutes, just throwing a couple extra routes because, you know, everyone runs the routes different. Everyone has different speeds. Some guys got longer arms. Some guys can jump a little higher. Some guys are a little faster. You just got to know your receivers and, you know, be able to adjust to them because they're going to go catch the ball. I got faith in all my receivers. They're going to go get it. So if I can put the ball near them, I know they're going to come down with it.
So you're talking, we heard some of your teammates talk about you throwing the ball 60 to 70 yards. Are you ready to take the top off the defense many times this year?
60 to 70 yards, you know, that's a long ways. It might be a little bit of a stretch, but pretty close to there. But, you know,
right.
we like to throw the ball. We like to throw it deep, but it's kind of something I realized from last year is I kind of like to look a lot deep. But, you know, if we can have that short game open up a lot more, they're going to have to play. The defenses are going to have to play a lot shallower, and that can open up more of the deeper pass game. And, you know, last year we threw a lot of that, so it can also open up the run game. Everything kind of helps each other in football.
So you got some guys you're throwing to and even getting the ball out of the backfield to Josh and to Graydon Juvie. You got guys that can make plays in space, but you also have guys, and they talked a few minutes ago about the mentality of they want it. I mean, if you're throwing a 50-50 ball to Max or Ryan, any one of these guys, I mean, you have to believe that good things are going to happen for us.
I mean, me personally, I think it's more of a 60-70 ball. I mean, I got faith in them. You know, they're all I say we probably have one of the most athletic receiving cores. They're all good.
Oh,
all
yeah.
6 or 7 of them. I mean, they can all go up and get the ball, and I've always got faith in them. You know, so.
Yeah, I think it's very very justified faith. We got a tradition of great receiving corps. The Three Musketeers receiving corps just in the last 2-3 years. I mean, we've had some really good receivers come through. Do you feel, as a starting your sophomore year and starting your first full season as a starter, you feel like there's so far for you to develop, so far for you to go? I mean, this is a position where you're always a student of the game, it seems.
Yeah, I like to learn a lot about the game. Sometimes I think about I have a couple years left, but I'm always just focused on the season I'm in, you know. However good I am then, I just want to get as good as I can for that year. Because, I mean, we have a really good senior class this year, and they've helped me. I wouldn't be able to do it without them. They've kind of showed me the ropes when I came in as a freshman last year. Didn't know a whole lot of stuff right away, and they really helped me settle into that role. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Talk about, if you can, influences. Your father, other coaches that have helped bring you to where you are today. Do you want to give some acknowledgement to
Honestly,
some coaches?
It's pretty much just my dad. You know, since we were really young, playing in the basement with football when I was like 3 years old. I mean, it's always been him. He's always been there every step of the way for me. I couldn't thank him anymore. You know, he's a great quarterback himself. So it's just nice to have a quarterback to learn from. You know, you can learn all those good tactics, learn all those good ways, and you know, if it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't be the player I am today.
That's awesome. Noah, I don't know if this nickname sticks or not, but I got to tell this story before you go. So, you know, I watched the Cavaliers advance. We all watched the Cavaliers advance to the Final Four and win 2 road playoff games, and you wear the number 5. Then 2 months later, I'm watching the NFL playoffs, and I see Jaden Daniels of the Washington Commanders, like, follow in your footsteps, do the same thing as a first-year starting quarterback, and take the Commanders all the way to the NFC Championship game before they lost to eventual Super Bowl champion Philadelphia. But I call you the Commander just out of respect because you wear the same number as Jaden Daniels, and you win like Jaden Daniels, and instantly you showed you could go on the road with your teammates and take down some good teams along the way. So that's the Commander. I don't know if it sticks, but that's the nickname I with respect, give you.
No, yeah, it's a good compliment. It's a good nickname. I mean, he's a great player. I've watched a lot of his games this year, watched him in college, and he really knew how to lead his team, being a first-year rookie, and you don't really see that much in the NFL.
You don't see it a lot in high school as a freshman either.
Yeah, you don't see it much, but it all comes down to having a good relationship with your teammates. I mean, when I was a freshman, I mean, I wouldn't have been able to lead them like as good as I did if it weren't for them, you know, supporting me with it. You have to have the trust with your teammates, and it takes a little bit of time to, you know, being a rookie, being a freshman, it takes a little bit of time to earn the respect. But once you do, you have that chemistry, and you just got to apply that to the game and just move as far as you can.
Last question: do you have a favorite NFL quarterback? Who's your quarterback, or just kind of a bunch of guys you like?
Me, and besides my dad, I mean, it's kind of a popular one, but Patrick Mahomes. I kind of liked watching him.
Okay.
When he was kind of a rookie, I've kind of, you know, learned a couple of things from him, moving with the ball, extending plays and stuff. So.
Do you do the arm angle stuff that he does?
I'm not quite there, but
okay.
You know, that'd be a good thing to pick up on.
Okay, good deal. I'm a Joe Burrow guy. I tell you, I can't get enough watching Joe Burrow play.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Noah, great to talk with you. All the best this season. And can't wait for this journey to start. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. That's Noah Wald. And we want to wrap up our program and just say thank you for making our training camp program a big part of your day. We're going to have, after dinner, we're going to have a look ahead. We're going to talk with head coach Austin Hagen. We have a very great conversation with defensive coordinator Craig Nowotny, and we'll also look to talk to a few more Cavaliers before we call it a night. The Cavs will be staying here at Terra Sancta. This is just a really important part of building the foundation for what is expected to be an outstanding season of football. And all of you fans, go Cavs. Yeah, this is the real deal. This is going to be a season that you'd never want to miss a snap, and you never want to miss a game. And for technical director Braden Strain, for Regan Dewar, who really stepped up for this installment of the training camp edition tonight, this is Mike Fell saying thanks for watching, and join us at in about an hour as we will bring you, or 45 minutes, we will bring you our fourth and final installment of the day here at Cavaliers Training Camp 2025. We'll be back in about an hour. Thanks for watching, and go Cavs.